Hi, this is the Martial Arts Business Academy. This is video blog 32 and my name is John Hine. And in this episode we're going to be talking about never give up, except of course when it's holding you back. Small businesses of all sorts, whether it be martial arts, chiropractic, running a store, whatever, are really tenacious people. We take our knocks and we come back fighting and we never give up. The things that keep the world moving forward. Really, really good stuff. But there's just one problem. We can get stuck into the idea that what we're doing is right and keep on doing it even though everything else is actually showing that it's actually not working. So it's a good idea never to give up, to keep on trying, to keep on changing the direction you're moving in, just slightly sometimes or maybe massively. But just simply the idea of keep on going and going and going when all the evidence is pointing in the opposite direction is a waste of time, it's a waste of money, and it could lead to heartbreak, simply because if you keep on following a path until there's literally going nowhere, all that time you've wasted, all the frustration, all the pain that's gone with it. So there has to be a point in which you have to give up on that one particular approach and find another one. So this is what I've learned from running martial arts schools for 35 years now, and all the mistakes I've made, all the thousands if not millions of mistakes I've made. First of all, is there proof that what you're doing, that this class, this style, this technique is actually popular? If it's not popular, then you're never going to make it work. You cannot convince people of something if they don't want to be convinced. Secondly, is there any proof that the class, the thing you're teaching, is popular elsewhere in your state, in your hometown? If there's no proof at all, you're either going to be the trendsetter that changes the world, or you're going to get a person who's just banging their head against a brick wall and are never going to get anywhere. It's going to cost you time and money and frustration and Lord knows what other things as a byproduct of flogging a dead horse effectively. So, are smart people you know, what do you think of me teaching this class? Do you think there's a need for it? If the majority of them say no, the evidence is starting to point towards the fact that they're either all incredibly wrong or that you are. One of the two. Is there an outcry locally for it? If there's no outcry for it and there's no evidence that anyone else wants it, maybe you're pushing down the wrong path. All these things you can take into account. It's very easy. If you are determined to carry on, then just do a small pilot class just to test the idea. Spend a little bit of money advertising. If it's incredibly popular and it looks like it's going to be a winner, put more resources into it. But the most important thing is you don't waste resources from the very start. Test it. Always test it. One of my business mentors was a serial entrepreneur. He had probably dozens and dozens of businesses. He was a multi-millionaire. He was incredibly successful. And I remember him saying to me one day, you do realise that 80% of everything I do doesn't work. But the thing that set him aside was he would have an idea and he would act on it immediately if he had the evidence that it was going to be a runner. But he had no emotional attachment to the outcome. So if it proved that after a bit that it wasn't working, he would simply drop it and leave it in the past. But unfortunately, too many of us, and I've done it in the past, have clung on for years, pushing something, running a class that's going nowhere because people are not interested. So by all means, never give up. As a person, you should never give up. There is no alternative. If you give up, then you're going to live a life that you're really not going to be happy with. But also know when you need to change, when you need a different approach, and you need to do it in a different way. So you take care, have a great week. John signing out. Bye.